You don't need a girlfriend yet. That might sound really strange to hear, especially if you're feeling lonely lately. Especially if every scroll reminds you that everyone else seems to have someone. But stay with me here, because ignoring this idea is what quietly keeps many men stuck. Right now, dating feels like a race. Match, talk, impress, compete. Try not to get ghosted. Try not to look desperate. Try not to care too much. And after a while, you start wondering if something is wrong with you. But what if the problem isn't you? What if the problem is that you're trying to build connection on an unstable foundation? Most men chase relationships for one reason they rarely admit. They want relief. They want relief from loneliness, relief from boredom, relief from feeling replaceable. So they search for a person to fill that space inside themselves. And at first, it works. Messages feel exciting, attention feels warm, and presence feels grounding. But if that space inside you was empty before, it will be empty again the moment attention fades. This is why so many modern relationships feel fragile. Two people using each other to escape their own emptiness. When the excitement fades, there's nothing left to hold them together. So here's the uncomfortable truth you need to hear. If you feel lost alone, you will feel lost in a relationship too, just with someone else watching. That's why you don't need a girlfriend yet. You need to become someone who doesn't collapse when alone. Think about the men who feel naturally attractive. Not loud, not flashy, not chasing. The ones who feel calm, stable, and especially grounded. They aren't attractive because they mastered pickup lines. They're attractive because they don't need saving. And that's the difference. When you build stability first, relationships stop being medicine. They become partnerships. But most men skip this step because sitting alone with yourself is very uncomfortable. Silence reveals things you've been avoiding. Restlessness, self-doubt, directionlessness. So instead of facing it, you distract. Scrolling, games, situationships, constant noise. Anything to avoid stillness. But stillness is where self-trust is built. When you can sit alone without reaching for distraction, you learn quickly that you can handle your own mind. You learn that loneliness won't kill you, and you learn that you don't need external validation to feel okay. That's when something shifts. You stop rushing conversations. You stop over texting. You stop trying to impress because you're no longer chasing relief. You're simply sharing yourself. And people can feel that difference immediately. In a world where everyone is trying to be chosen, the person who doesn't need to be chosen becomes magnetic. So what do you actually need before a relationship? Well, you need a routine you respect, a life that feels purposeful, basic self-discipline, a mind that doesn't panic in silence. Not perfection, just stability. Because when you have that, you no longer enter relationships hoping they save you. You enter them because you want to share a life you already enjoy. That's when dating stops feeling like a battlefield and starts feeling natural. This doesn't mean you isolate forever. It means you build a foundation first. A man who knows who he is alone is never afraid of being left because he doesn't disappear without someone else. And ironically, that's exactly the kind of man people don't want to leave. So if you're single right now, don't treat it like a failure. Treat it like preparation. Because once you become solid on your own, you stop needing relationships to feel whole. And that's where real connection becomes possible.